Hello, today I'm doing my first Clash Royale video, actually playing the game. I did have one a while back that was more of a meme, but last season I made it to Ultimate Champion, and I'm pushing again. I'm using this Mortar deck, same as last season. I don't think any of these cards got any balance changes, but yeah, hopefully you guys can learn something if you're trying to get better. Throughout the video I'll try to give some tips, but I would highly recommend playing Mortar Bait. It's a very fun deck, very solid. Takes a little bit to pick up, I would say, but it's definitely my favorite deck in the game. Just cycling to get the evolution. Might as well start working toward the firecracker if they're not going to play anything. I'm thinking could be Hog Rider. Yep, there it is. Unfortunate defense, but you know, hopefully I can get the King Tower. Nope. Alright, they did kind of overextend. They spent a lot of elixir, which I think was not very wise of them. They did get the King Tower activation, but honestly, because they spent so much, I might as well just go for a small mortar push. And because it locked, I'm just gonna take some chip damage. Easy Mega Knight defense. Got some good damage off the skeleton barrel. And sadly I'm gonna not have enough elixir for a mortar, gotta put down a goblin gang. And they do have arrows, so that's gonna hurt if they... Oh, but they're not gonna do it. Cannot ignore goblin gang, even if it's half dead. Get a ton of damage on the tower. This deck is mostly about chip, and if you get a good Evo Mortar lock with a tank in front of it, you just win. But I really should have put that on the left. I'm getting a bit greedy, but I was hoping to bait out all of their elixir on the right. Just because they do have somewhat high elixir deck, there's always the chance that they get a lucky push when I'm out of cycle. Here's a nice little push I like to do if they don't have a spell in cycle, because once the balloon dies, or the skeleton barrel dies, the knight will tank for it. And then there's not really anything they can do if they're out of the spell and used up all their defenses already. And I'll just fireball that since the game's over. Very easy game, on to the next one. Alright, game 2 against Shadow X. No clan. If you guys want to join my clan, I'll put the invite in the description. Trying to get some more members, do some more. Right now it's pretty small, mostly just my friends are in it, but sorry if you can hear the traffic outside. The only real complaint I have about this deck is that if your knight is out of cycle and it's like the last card in your starting hand, and they play Mega Knight really early, the deck does have a slow 4-card cycle, so it's kind of hard to get to it sometimes, but 9 out of 10 times that's not a problem. Might as well go for a King Tower activation. I could go Spear Goblins at the bridge for chip, but because he has Mega Knight, wasting a ton of elixir isn't the smartest. Just get a nice mortar hit. I'm willing to take a negative elixir trade just by one. I mean, pretty worth it since I'm already up. And since he just did a Mega Knight at the bridge and he used up his only real, not his only counter, but his main counter for the barrel, I can just put that to try to cycle to my defense and stop him from being able to build a push behind the Mega Knight. That Evo Firecracker could be worth fireballing, but because mine would probably kill it, it's fine, and it did, so that's okay. And then I do get a hit off the Evo Mortar, which is great, and one hit from the Goblin. And I can just Goblin Gang the left. Spear Goblins, take that out. The reason why I did Goblin Gang on the left is if he ignored it, it would take most of, or all of the tower. And if he doesn't ignore it, or I mean, if he doesn't ignore it, it uses up his elixir, so he's not able to support his Mega Knight. Cycle the evolution. Ooh, the mirror. That's a really odd card. Not a good card. Very interesting that he used it. And on to game 3. Alright, going against Estrada 3.8. So probably playing a 3.8 elixir deck, obviously. And that's fine. Oh, he did the close barrel. That's unfortunate. Placed it just a tile too far, but I got a +1 trade. Now we're up 5 elixir, so that's fine. I'll just split a Goblin Gang. Mortar for the... He messed up his Earthquake. I'm really not loving the matchup, but it should be fine. Very interesting deck. I can't say that I've seen one like this before. And I don't want him to get the chip, considering what kind of deck he's playing, so... Gonna try to get King Tower, and I messed up the placement very badly. I don't know what I was thinking, but luckily, not too big of a deal. Because of the Earthquake, my Mortar is going to have a hard time connecting. If I drop it all right there, that should be fine. And I put down Evo Firecracker in case they were going to Earthquake, because then the skeletons would get some hits on tower. Gonna do that same push I was talking about before. Whenever you're trying to get a connection with Skeleton Barrel, and trying to support it really, I like to do that. Or at least when you think they're gonna have trouble getting the barrel to connect. And I forgot they had Goblin Barrel, so that was a pretty big mistake. I was just getting nervous because I was at 10. I'll let them get some damage on the left since that's not the tower they're pushing. Since they used up all their elixir, I'm just going to try to stop them from supporting that side. And got a really good connection. So I'd say that gang was definitely worth it. Just keep keeping up dual lane pressure is going to be pretty good. Hate that I can't log that. That's why you got the Evo Firecracker, and that's fine. They can do that all they want. And since we're in overtime, I might as well just start fireballing the tower. If I'd predicted that Goblin Gang, I could have gotten a Firecracker shot. I suspect that they're going to go for that one push again, so I have to cycle to my log again, but that should be enough for game. GG's. So yeah, I'll play one more game and then that'll be the end of this video. Alright, last game. Okay. Because I'm automatically up an elixir, I'll just do a spear goblins at the bridge. Maybe I can figure out what they're playing. That doesn't really tell me much. I can never see the little evolution sign. I swear it's tiny. So I don't know if they're playing Evolution Witch, but I doubt that they wouldn't be, because normal Witch is really bad and not worth playing. I know a lot of people in lower arenas really like Witch, and I did too when I was in a lower arena, but it's just not a good card. And the only reason it saw so much play recently is because Evolution Witch was incredibly overpowered. Evolution Witch is now a pretty decent card, but the only problem with that is to play Evolution Witch, you have to play normal Witch. Which you don't love to see, and I better get back to a log before he realizes he can Goblin Barrel. And it looks like he didn't realize, so that's good for me. There it is. Golden Knight's doing pretty well right now. It's a big threat, but he wasted the ability. So Gang can finish that up. Hopefully he doesn't have much he can do on the left. Alright. Might as well get the King Tower activation. That'll be very helpful against Goblin Barrel. Interesting that he's not playing Princess and Log Bait. I don't really have anything, so I kind of have to log that. But now, yeah, since I have the King Tower activation, it's not such a big deal. Because now I can... Oh, I meant to place that a tile back. That's okay, because now... Firecracker shoot. Alright, messed up the Firecracker timing, so we still had to log. That's gonna hurt. Pretty soon I should start Fireball cycling. In fact, I'll do it now. So hopefully Mortar will finish off the Witch. There we go. Put this up high for Golden Knight. Oh, beautiful value off the Mortar, killing the Goblin Gang. Push him with the Skeleton Barrel. You can get the Goblin Gang Goblin Barrel damage. I'd rather support my push, because now there's not really anything you can do. Hopefully Evo Firecracker, yes, gets some good chip damage, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. GG. There's a good example of how sometimes you have to ignore a very small push or take some tower damage in order to get the win. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if this video gets 1,000 likes, I will gift one random commenter the Clash Royale, so like and subscribe, and I'll be doing that for my later Clash Royale videos too, so watch for those.